ticking on TikTok as the ban is set to go into effect on Sunday. But incoming President Trump may be looking for ways to block the shutdown. TikTok CEO is actually going to attend the inauguration. What might that mean? Well, it's anybody's guess. But regardless, TikTok will not be the same whether under new management or gone for good. Any disruption could hit the platform as well, especially what's called the TikTok Shop, along with the businesses that use it.
Listen up. It's looking like over 170 million users will get access restored to their TikTok accounts. Only if TikTok plays by the United States government rules. But carefully listen as the CEO of TikTok drops information, which is likely why the ban was placed on TikTok in the first place.
Sorkin and his guest, the CEO of TikTok,
Shou Chew is here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
coming all the way here to spend some time with us this afternoon as we try to better understand TikTok amid all of the headlines, as you know so well, that include national security issues, which we talked about here this morning with the Treasury Secretary, as well as the world of creators and what TikTok is going to be and what you want it to be. I want to start, if we could, just with a little bit of your own personal background, because more than a decade ago, you were an intern at Facebook.
Yes, I was.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
And you were a student at Harvard Business School. And I just wonder if you ever imagined that you were going to end up running their now biggest competitor.
Well, the short answer is no, absolutely not. So I'm Shou. I'm from Singapore. I'm very jet lagged because I flew from Singapore. It is 20 hours away. I'm a father of two. I'm 40 years old. And about 10 years ago, I was in China, and I met with two young entrepreneurs, two young engineers, and they were starting a company. They recognized an opportunity to build a good product that people wanted. Started building a product. I had a chance to invest in them and became friends. And slowly, like any good startup story, the product grew bigger and bigger, and today it's become the size of TikTok and whatever we have today. So that's been a journey. It's been unbelievable. I couldn't have imagined 10 years ago that it would be of this scale today.
Shou Chew.
Because there is not a lot of bipartisan support for most things here in the U.S., as you know, but there seems to be some bipartisan agreement around TikTok and what is perceived as the danger of it, and this idea that it is ultimately controlled by the Chinese and therefore the Chinese government. What is that? When you hear that headline, what do you think?
I think, first of all, that we take all these concerns very seriously. We have been studying them, and for the last couple of years, we've been working with CFIUS and with our engineers to try and solve what we think is a very solvable problem.
But are you starting to see more political
there will be
content? And people talk about the presidential election of 2024. I mean, how much do you think about that? And then all of the information or misinformation, or we're talking with Mark Zuckerberg about there was a deep fake of him.
There are various topics here. On misinformation, it violates our guidelines. So we do have a very significant, large investment in making sure that we're tackling misinformation. So that is one of the guidelines that's very dear to us. In terms of political content, we don't actually accept political ads. And as far as I know, we are the only platform of our scale that doesn't allow that, because we don't think that this necessarily helps us fulfill our mission. Does it inspire creativity? Does it bring joy? So we've decided that political ads are not necessarily for us. If anyone wants to come and express their view, as long as it doesn't violate the 13 guidelines that we've laid down, you can express whatever view you want. And you're going to see, as our platform achieves ubiquity and is loved by millions of people in this country, you're going to see all sorts of views appear on the platform.
A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. President-elect Donald Trump said he would revive TikTok access in the U.S. by executive order after he is sworn in on Monday, but said he wants the popular social media app to be at least half owned by U.S. investors. TikTok stopped working for American users late on Saturday, before a law shutting it down on national security grounds took effect on Sunday. U.S. officials had warned that under Chinese parent company ByteDance, there was a risk of Americans' data being misused. Trump said he would extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect, so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. Trump said the executive order would specify there would be no liability for any company that helped keep TikTok from going dark before his order. Trump had earlier said he would most likely give TikTok a 90-day reprieve from the ban after he takes office, a promise TikTok cited in a notice posted to users on the app. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. A message notified users of TikTok, which disappeared from Apple and Google app stores late on Saturday. Even if temporary, the unprecedented shutdown of TikTok is set to have a wide-ranging impact on U.S.-China relations, U.S. politics, the social media marketplace, and millions of Americans who depend on the app economically and culturally. Statement from TikTok. In agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. It's a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States.